Honorable, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, Honorable.
You know, what I remember, in my recent memory, what I remember about you, Deputy Leader, was your discomfort after Tambuwal. You know, the day Tambuwal said he was joining
APC.
the APC. And this is my own analysis. Here was a good friend, a colleague you respected, who put you in a very tight position. You want to talk about it? How you felt?
Yeah, quite sad. Quite sad, you know. Very, very wonderful friend. But I also sympathized with him then because I knew politics is local. The concept there in his constituency was very clear that everybody wanted him to go to APC. And for us, we actually wanted him in PDP, but the politics is not really played at the national level here, it's played at the home level. So we felt very bad, but we just said, well, you can go because you want to be a politician, you want to stay in politics. If you stay with us, definitely there's no way you will survive it. Much as bad as we felt at that particular hour, we knew he was taking the right decision.
Yeah, it turned out to be a right decision because it's governor-elect today.
Exactly.
But Honorable Leo, the circumstances have put so much on your shoulders. I mean, when I mean circumstances with PDP. I mean, the House of Representatives, where you seem to be, as it is today, a ranking PDP leader, as it were, in the House of Representatives today. So for you, the way it is today, your friend, Honorable Gbajabiamila Miller, you are most likely going to be exchanging roles. For you, this kind of transition politically, how does it make you feel?
That is democracy for you, you know. The people have spoken. The fact remains that there are two things you must see in the election. As much as probably we are not too excited over it, you definitely win or you lose, you know. So the results are very glaring. The Nigerian people have spoken. And I think for us, you know, our responsibility now is to make sure that we carry out our functions, making good laws for the good governance of this country. We are politicians. We will go to the floor and make sure we come out with those law-making process. But that is life for everybody to appreciate, you know, because there's nothing that is permanent. The only thing you know that is quite permanent is change, and that is
what happened.
What has happened. You know, so we accept it in good faith.
No, but you know, that's your psyche. You know, are you and your colleagues, you know, ready to play opposition politics? Because I mean, it's like yesterday you were in power, you were in charge, you decided what happened in the House, and now you're not a backbencher really, but.
Yeah. And I'm not going to be a backbencher.
but you're not going to be as involved in the leadership as you used to. So, are you guys ready? You know,
you can't take leadership away from us. Forget the fact that we are a minority. We'll definitely hold some leadership positions. Minority leader, deputy minority leader, the deputy minority whip, deputy minority whip.
So those positions
these are all part of the leadership. Yes. You know, first you must understand that while in the House, it is purely a different ball game entirely. It is no more party business. Mm-hmm. The institution becomes our priority, and our clear functions spelled out in Section 4 is to make good laws for the good governance of the country. You know, so a new government is coming in. The process of making laws to achieve their policies definitely will fall on all of us. It's
whether you're APC or PDP.
You got it.
But what is this talk about some kind of alliance that we hear? I mean, it's not like this is the first time we're seeing it. I remember in '79, there was some kind of alliance in the National Assembly where the MPN had the President of Senate, the MPP then.
Yes, MPP had Speaker of the House.
Yes. But it looks like because of the close fight in the APC, PDP is turning or becoming some kind of beautiful bride. Is there a possibility, Leo, of Nigeria seeing a scenario where we have, for instance, the President of Senate in one party and the Deputy President of Senate in another party, like in your case, the Speaker from the APC and the Deputy Speaker from the PDP? Is that possibility, possible?
Let me state with all emphasis that there is nothing impossible. That is my clear belief. And when you look at the process or the modality or the methodology in which the Speaker or the Senate Presidents definitely will emerge, I take specific reference to the House of Representatives, where I know the operations and dealings in that house. When you look at Section 50 of the Constitution, it stipulates clearly that members shall select one of them to become the Speaker.
Yes.
And in a scenario like that, it didn't state a political party. But because APC also in a majority in numbers, we've given them that leverage, But be mindful of the fact that we are going to look at the candidates that are contesting. I'm aware there are about 4 or 5 candidates at the moment. And they have friends. I told you from the beginning that the business is not really done on a party level. They have friends, but there are caucuses. And campaigns are actually going on. I remember Gbajabia Amila visited our caucus, while Dogara also did. We listened to them. We want somebody that will be able to articulate what he intends doing as a speaker. Because clearly, as you know, the taste of the pudding is in the eating. So we want an independent house. We really want a house where everybody will almost be the speaker, a transparent, dedicated house. Those are the factors that we'll put on ground before we pick who the speaker is. I may be voting for Mr. A, while the other PDP members might be voting for Mr. B. But at the end of the day, I think we will be able to pick a speaker and a deputy speaker that will be able to carry out the functions of the house. First, you must appreciate also that sitting there, they are presiding officers. They play the role of an umpire. And what guides the operation of the house is the house rule. So we will have a very, very robust house. I believe we're going to have one wonderful house that every Nigerian will appreciate.
Yeah, Honorable. Yes, you've given us the peripheral goings on. Tell us about the real politics of who becomes the next speaker. We hear that that there's a lot of horse trading going on. Take us into the backyard of goings on.
Pick a speaker for you.
And while I ask you to help us, give us some more perspective, the issues that may tell us some of the things that some of your colleagues are talking about already, especially the ones that are coming in fresh. They're talking about remuneration of the legislators.
That brings in the word transparency.
I think their constituents must have been talking to them. Look, can you help in bringing down the money being spent on the National Assembly? Those of you that are there, are you disposed?
Sure. If you look at the budget,
they don't have
no, it's an open budget, please. It's an open budget. The budget is 150 billion naira. The 150 billion naira
for the National Assembly.
Yeah, when you say the National Assembly, we have various institutions. We have the National Assembly Service Commission. We have the management. We have the Public Complaint Commission, and a host of other nails. Almost about 5-6 commissions. That has a lot of staffs. So many of them.
That go for this 150 billion
exactly.
budget.
But for today, it is no more 150 billion. We've reduced it because of the cry to 120 billion. And I can speak to you also today. You know the challenges we're having in respect of fundings. You realize that even some of the members have not even been paid in challenges that are reared ahead recently. You may look at the figure, 120 billion. That money doesn't go to the lawmakers. We have close to over 3,000-4,000 staffs that are working in some of these agencies. Cost their monthly salaries, and you will be amazed. So you can come down and break the figures and appreciate that, no, we're getting something wrong somewhere.
But this reduction that you talk about now,
yeah,
will it affect your individual salaries?
Definitely. Outside the individual salary, it's also going to affect our production. You're not going to run away from it because we have public hearings, we have travels to make, and a host of other issues. So we have looked at it. It is always said, you got to cut your coat according to your size.
Yes.
Knowing the challenges that are there, we've decided to say, well, what do we do? Sat down with the executive and said, let's try as much as we can to be very prudent.
Honorable, sorry, Mahmoud.
Yes,
I beg you. Honorable, I'm sorry if I'm putting you on the spot.
No problem.
But a lot of our friends like you come here, and we've been trying so hard. How much is the salary of a member of the House of Representatives?
My salary.
Are you going to help us too?
Yeah, I'll help you. My salary is about 827,000 naira
a month.
Yeah,
This is the first time we're hearing this.
that's my salary.
Does that include?
That's the basic salary, really.
Does that include
the allowances that people have been
all the
complaining about?
perquisites and the allowances?
No, there are allowances, but the allowances are not in bulk. You have your staffs in the office that have to earn their salaries also. You have the office running, a host of other expenditure. But those money doesn't come directly to you immediately. There are other running expenses that goes on. Public hearings, constituencies, expenditures, not constituency allowances. So before you start getting it.
I may be interested in that constituency allowance. Yes, for people who are watching who don't know, Honorable OGOR is my rep, represents me.
Very
so
good
I'm
rep.
very interested in that constituency allowance.
We'll talk about the Akuga Road.
Yes, the Akuga Road, that is not a road my dad tried to bring in a long time ago. I hope you are going to finally
We're doing something very seriously about it.
Okay.
Very seriously.
We hope so. All right, let's leave that. Let's talk a little bit about your party.
Yeah.
Your party seems to be in disarray. And Nigerians are worried. I mean, your chairman has resigned now, expectedly.
The BOT?
Yeah, BOT is gone. There's a group within your party. They call themselves Renaissance Group. They say they want all the members of National Working Committee to also go. And then they try to rebuild the party from the scratch. The party seems to be in disarray. For Nigerians, I think Nigerians want a strong opposition to keep the APC in check. What is really going on in your party?
Well, much as I believe, the party is not in any disarray. The chairman resigned. The BOT chairman has also resigned. But you must agree with me that this is one party with structures all over the country. It's unfortunate that we've lost the election. It's normal, because self-interests are constitutionally enshrined in representation. The Nigerian people have spoken. Mm-hmm. But the truth about the whole scenario is that when you want to ask for a party that is not controlled by any individual, purely you will tell me it's PDP. PDP has clear internal democracy. And what we need to do at this particular time is to do some level of restructuring. We've set up various committees to look at where we went wrong. We're not saying we are perfect. Mistakes must have been made. And this committee is led by the Deputy Senate President, have started already their work. We'll restructure everything and come back again. It's not going to be tea party for APC, you know it. Definitely they have a battle in their hands when it comes to who is going to take over again in the next election. But it also borders on their performance, because I give it to them. Nigerians probably were a little bit dissatisfied with the level of our performance. But clinically, when you look at the infrastructures that we put in place, I want to give ourselves a wonderful pass mark as a borders on roads, the agricultural sector, what we're doing in the power sector, the housing arrangements, and a host of other things. But since in every democracy, the people are the ones that are entitled to decide who elect, who becomes their president, they spoke, and we respected that. But let's see how this whole thing plays out as we go. We'll give the government all the necessary support in implementing their policies.
In quotes.
And we will hold them to those policies, because those are the promises they made to the people. And in achieving those dreams, we will make sure that we give them all the necessary laws and the opportunity of implementing them. I'll give you a clear example. I was conversing to some young graduates in my constituency, and I was appealing that they should vote for my party. And they said, Leo, no, we're not going to vote for you. You know why? For more than 2 years, 3 years, I've been unemployed. But yet, nobody looks after me. And I agree with them, because they were also looking for white-collar jobs. They said they will wait for the stipend that will come from the APC, which is the 5,000 naira on a monthly basis. I did everything to tell them it is almost impossible. But they told me no, that they will hold the party responsible for it. They will hold the party responsible, that definitely they will be getting that money.
5,000 a month.
Exactly. Said at least they definitely, for the graduates, we have a lot of graduates out there. And I really couldn't convince them. They made promises that I couldn't promise. And that becomes a covenant with the people. You know, so the people are actually waiting. And I believe and I am convinced that, you know, as we go along, if they work out, beautiful. If they don't work out, then definitely
another change.
that is your latest permanent.
You know, when people say, I mean, I have friends, I have contacts in the party, PDP, they say, oh, the party would bounce back, it will rebound, it will be rejigged and all that. And I'm asking, how do you want to do that? Let me give you a scenario.
Very quickly,
You're so used to
running out of time.
Money in the party. Now, in a lot of places, especially where you don't have PDP state governments, how are you going to fund the party?
The issue has nothing to do with money. Look, APC didn't win us because they had more money than us. Clearly, you have seen politics is going a different dimension. It's no more the issue of money. The ability to deliver. Yes. That is what is going to be the next campaign. So put cash or naira or whatever aside.
The PDP, they're used to having free money, so...
No, there's nothing like free money, please. You know there's nothing like free lunch. A lot of things have been said. I don't want to, go into all those accusations and counter-accusations. They are totally unnecessary. Okay. But let's go along and see how we can, be able to serve the people. Politics is about service to the people. And I think if APC will be able to achieve their objective, I will be excited over it.
All right. What are you going to end up with in the new House of Reps?
Who, me?
Yes.
There is nothing impossible.
Well, then we know that a lot of things are open to you. We wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
And a mug from us.
Oh, great.
On your table.
Thank you.
In the House of Reps.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is where we will draw the curtain on our program for today.
From AIT Studios in Abuja, Nigeria.
General, who became a general at 35 and retired at 37. Later went to study law. General Ibrahim Haruna, IBM. Very, very revealing interview with the general.
Yes.
And of course, Honorable Leo OGOR here. My name is Mahmoud Akuga. Thank you so much for watching.
I'm OGOR.
From AIT Studios in Abuja, Nigeria. This is the O&M Sunday Show with Obiora Ilo and Mahmoud Akuga.